So, this is my reaction after having time to reflect on the game, calm down a little bit, think about how the game actually panned out. I will start by saying well done to Thomas Frank on your first 3 Champions League games, undefeated. Now, don't be too excited with that, because I think your third game was the worst out of the 3. But I suppose it is a strong team we've played, who haven't won in 4 games, but they haven't lost at home since March. So that says that they're a strong team. And unfortunately, we never continued our record of beating these teams what haven't been beaten at home. But we didn't lose. And my thing in football is, if you can't win, make sure you don't lose. And the manager and the team done that with some luck. Vic, tremendous last night. Let's hope you continue that form throughout the rest of the season. Tottenham Hotspurs was the only English team that didn't score or didn't win this round in the Champions League. But the difference with Tottenham Hotspurs and the rest of those teams is they've all had their manager for 1 season or more than Thomas Frank. Thomas Frank has been at Tottenham for what? 3 to 4 months? So he's still learning the team. And unfortunately for us, now Thomas Frank has my backing to the fullest. But this is the reason why I didn't want a manager that has no experience in the Champions League and has no experience of playing 3 games per week. Now, it's going to take Thomas Frank a little time to get to grips with that. But no doubt he's a good manager, he's a good person, so he will do the right things to be able to do that job to the best of his ability. But I do think that on Sunday against Everton, he needs to change the midfield back to the winning formula, which for me was Paulinho, Lucas and Pape Sarr. If you're not going to go with Lucas and you're going to stick with Bentancur, you need to play Pape Sarr as a 10. So that means you need to push Xavi Simons back out onto the left. And I don't know with Xavi Simons, because I see his face sometimes and he doesn't look happy. So maybe he wants to play out on the left, but everybody thinks he's better as a 10 because he can be creative. But I think maybe you should just push him back out on the left, and at least you know you've got 2 solid players on each side of the flanks. Don't get me wrong, I don't think Wilson Odobert has been playing too bad. But now he's got that little knock, that little injury, we might need to try something different. And I think Richie needs to sit down. Yeah, he needs to get that. He needs to get his mojo back, man. We need the Richie that started the first 2-3 games of the season, who had the fight, who had the drive, who had the motivation to get in the box. Do you know what I mean? We want to see that chicken dance, Richie. So I think you should start with Kimani and let him go down the middle. Because believe it or not, in his 20 minutes yesterday, he done more than Richarlison done throughout the whole game. And if you're not comfortable with Kimani, then just put Johnson up front. Because even again, Johnson, he had what, 10 minutes or 8 minutes? And he done more in that 8 minutes than Richie done throughout the whole game. Because he nearly scored. He got himself in the position to score. I think if he takes a touch, then he's got an open goal. Or if he connects the ball properly, it goes straight in. But you need to be a bit more courageous, Frank, man. You need to be more courageous. You need to set the team up to attack. Because I really feel like when you play Paulinho and Bentancur, you're saying to the other team, come and attack us. And we'll defend and we'll counter-attack and try and score. And that's not the Tottenham way, man. The Tottenham way is going out to fight, playing sexy, attractive football, and getting a result, man. That's what we want to see as fans. Do you know what I mean? But as I said before, all the English teams that won, they're advanced in their development. The only team what's not advanced as us in their development is Chelsea, because they've had their manager for a season and a third. We've only had our manager for a third of the season. So we're going to have to accept results like yesterday and games like yesterday, because we're still in a progressive state. But that's enough rabble for me for one day. As always, come on you Spurs, let's get the 3 points on Sunday.